Okay, so your spouse accuses you of changing after you've been together for a while. Or maybe you think your spouse has changed after you've been together for a while. Well, you haven't really changed. You're just letting your true self show through. Let me explain why. So a couple things are happening. One, yeah, I mean there's those people that want to hide their bad side, right? They want to only show the good to the other person. Typically this is from a self-esteem issue, right? Like if they knew this about me, they wouldn't like me. And I want them to like me, so I'm not going to tell them this or I'm going to hide something from them. That's a behavioral thing, usually younger people or immature people. There's plenty of older people that are immature, right? But it also happens in relationships where two mature adults, complete in their own world, kind of come into a relationship with good boundaries and trying not to hold anything back and saying, look, this is who I am, take it or leave it. And yet it still seems to happen in those relationships. My spouse and I, this happened to us. And it's our second marriage, very loving relationships, uh, loving relationship that we have, but it still happened to us. And we were talking about why. And I think we both realized that it wasn't the other person we were necessarily trying to hide things from, but in those new relationships, especially when you're a mature adult or you're kind of reinventing yourself and you're going forward in a new relationship because you're ready, right? You've done some work on yourself. You're actually trying to be a better person for you, not for them. You've got good boundaries. You're trying to create good habits. You're trying to become a better version of yourself. So why does it fail? Well, Bruce Lipton, amazing author, one of his books that you might not have read, it's more recent, is called The Honeymoon Effect. Here's it in a nutshell. When we're in a new relationship, oxytocin is going, it's flowing, we're happy, we're also really engaged. We are in the now, we are in the present moment when we're with that person. We actually remember the things they say to us, right? We don't forget them. We remember the things they say they like or they don't like or their favorite foods. We're totally engaged. We are present and we are in our conscious mind. We get comfortable, and the more comfortable we are with something, let's think about driving. When you first learned to drive, it was really difficult, right? Buttons everywhere, pedals, cars everywhere. Learning how to actually do everything at the same time was really difficult. And if you've taught your teenager how to drive, you remember how scary it is, right? But now you get in the car, you don't even remember the drive, right? Muscle memory, you've got this. Your subconscious has got it down pat. You don't even have to worry about it anymore. It's muscle memory. You know how to look around, get where you need to go. You don't even need to look at a map, right? You just go. The same thing happens in our daily bodies, right? So this happens in our relationships. We get comfortable, we slide back and let the subconscious programming take over again. So we might snap at our spouse. We might not really hear what they said to us, forget they told us about having dinner with friends or whatever. So this all still goes back to even your relationships. It goes back to what's stored in your subconscious. What are your subconscious programmings? When you hear that one tone of voice from your spouse, is it really from your spouse, or are you remembering your last relationship or perhaps your parents? And it makes you cringe. Those are your triggers, and you own those triggers. So if you find this happening in your relationship, take a moment, step back, and look at those triggers. When those things that your spouse does that gets on your nerves, and look and say, why is it getting on my nerves? Because if you don't learn your life lessons, you marry them.